Man, it has been one hell of a summer in the best ways possible. I think in the last 4 months, I've been on 3 different international trips, baby showers, birthday parties, kickbacks, more fun group-centered activities than I've been to in a long, long time. And I am grateful. I set out this year to do just that, to show up for people, to pour into my friends, to not see stuff on Instagram and be like, oh, I wish I was there, and instead be in the building when I can. And of course, there's things that I miss. I can't be at every single thing, but it feels really good to be able to show up for those things that I can do so for. But at the end of it all, at the end of the summer, as honestly things don't seem to be slowing down just yet, I'm kind of like, damn, friendship is kind of expensive. Now, when I say expensive, it's not always actual monetary dollars. We're not necessarily continuously dumping out funds into other people's events or kickbacks or whatever it might be, but even just the time, the energy, the focus, the attention, the love that it takes to give to friends in a full way, it can cost a lot. And sometimes it gets a little stressful, a little confusing, and a little tiring. So, how do we balance it all? How do we figure out what things to go to, how to save space for ourselves? Maybe it's time to just send a gift instead of showing up. There's a lot of options. And of course, we want to be there for our friends, but sometimes we've got to check our emotional, our energetic bank account and see, do I even have the funds for this? Am I capable of showing up fully and still having some energy for myself? Now, at present, I don't have the answer to that question, but I thought I'd make a video just about even realizing that real friendship does have it's an investment. It doesn't have a cost, but it does require an investment. It does require us really rationing out what we have to give. And sometimes what we have to give is $100 to go towards the something on somebody's registry, or other times it's, hey, well, I can't buy anything, but I can be there in person. I can hug you tight. Sometimes it's just picking up the phone and spending 2 hours talking it out and helping somebody else figure out their things. And other times it takes nothing at all, just sitting in a park and staring at the sky. And personally, I am grateful to do all of those things, whatever option I might have for that period in time. But it does add up. The reality of it is that we only have but so much capacity, and showing up for friends, as important as it is, it does take some rationing of our resources and energy so that we can show up for our friends and still be our best self. So here's a few things that I thought of that can maybe help you work through that decision-making period where you're figuring out, do I show up or do I just send a gift? Most importantly, do I have the time? Now, these days, there's a million things going on. Some of it might be academic, some of it might be professional, some of it might be friendship-based, some of it might be family, some of it is just alone time. In any given day, of course, we only have but so much time. So think about, if I go and do this, what am I missing out on? What things am I opting not to do? And which is the healthier decision? Now, sometimes some of those things are more fun, but might be more taxing. It's also important to consider, when's the last time I've seen this person? If this is somebody that you get to hang out with frequently and you're either kicking it all the time, maybe it's not so important to go to this version of their hangout. But if it's somebody who you haven't really given any time to in a year or years, maybe it is time to show up for that person. It's also important to consider, what kind of friendship do I have with this person? Is it somebody where they expect me to be present at things that are important for them? If it's just a casual friend, somebody that you met in passing, or a work homie, maybe going to their birthday party isn't super important. But if it's somebody that you went to college with, you spent years growing and developing, they've been to your things, maybe it is important for you to return that favor and show up to theirs. And one last really important thought is, how much capacity am I leaving for myself? At the end of the day, we could spend, run, go, and be on the road all the time supporting other people. But if we don't reserve any time for ourselves, where does that leave us? Probably worn out, confused, and maybe a little resentful. You got to take care of your own things too while you're in the journey of supporting your friends. So, just a few thoughts. I'm sure I'll come back with something a little more figured out, maybe even an equation of how to balance friendship, resources, and energy. But for right now, I just sat down for the first time in the entire summer, and I'm feeling like, whew, I really need to start budgeting a little bit better for this friendship investment. It's your boy Roger. Catch you next time. Peace.